playing this game on recommendation. It looks fun. I've never actually played it before, so I don't actually know what to expect for the most part. FromSoft, yep, this is the same company that did Kingsfield. And I just couldn't immediately rename the character to myself because it got an ego like that. The disappearance of a small forest was the first sign of the approaching evil. One morning, villagers awoke to find a solid wall of fog where their fucking fog walls FromSoft, where their forest should have been. Some men braver than others ventured into the pitch-black mist, never heard from again. The next day, the lake disappeared into the swirling mists. It was not long before the impenetrable mist enshrouded the village itself in perpetual darkness. Where once there had been light, there was nothing but an impenetrable mist that turned day into night. By ancient covenant, the rulers of the Five Kingdoms had banned all interactions between their nations, and the Five Kings abandoned their isolation and meant to look for a solution. Sadly, none could offer a plan to defeat the fog. Terrifying rumors spread throughout the land. Some whispered tales of an ageless evil reawakened. I couldn't do it all in one breath. I've let you down, chat. I like how the loading screen is bouncing around. I like it when things bounce. Also, thank you for the headpats. Princess Ariel, our worst fe- Oh, I'm very cute. The black fog is at the gates of the castle. Ariel, the black fog must be stopped. We will not be safe here forever. I would not leave you here alone, but a king's first duty is to his people. You will If the castle is attacked, find the runestone and flee. Guard it with your life, daughter. And we are just straight into it. I can run around. The face buttons do nothing. C-stick spins the camera. That's the wrong button. Don't worry about that. The black fog is upon us. It laughs against the very walls of the castle. The black fog has appeared all over Arguil. They say nobody has ever entered the fog and returned alive. They say the fog first appeared in Vashea. One day there was a forest, the next day it was gone. There's been no word from Vashea for weeks now. The black fog brings with it strange creatures. It's not safe to go outside, Your Highness. The runestone has been with the royal family for hundreds of years. As long as we have the runestone, the kingdom will have peace and prosperity, or so it's said. How can our world be coming to an end? Have we angered the gods somehow? I guess the legend of the runestone was nothing more than a child's tale after all. Is this the end for our fair kingdom? First a forest, then a lake, then an entire village vanished, swallowed up by that fog. I really like this aesthetic with, like, the glowing magical things floating all over the place. And the horses. The king said all 5 kingdoms have to join together or we'll all be doomed. Fear not, Your Highness. Lord Unther is with the king, and no one has ever beaten Unther in a fight. Ariel Horse Girl confirmed. No, I'm a Fox Girl. Looks like the camera rotates in 90-degree increments. I can't, like, do less than that. According to legend, each of the 5 kingdoms was given a runestone to protect. I've never actually seen the runestone. It must be very special, though. It's always locked up in there. I'm afraid I cannot let you pass, Your Highness. It's too dangerous outside. Bitch, I own you. Anyway. Long, long ago, the kings of the 5 kingdoms signed a sacred covenant. The covenant prohibited them from interfering with each other. We've had peace ever since. Until now. I wish the king had not left us to investigate the Black Fog. What will we do without him? You wonder what the budget for this game was? Looks like an N64 game. It might have been an N64 game that then became a GameCube game. Like, there were a bunch of, like, early GameCube games that were actually N64 games. And then Nintendo was just like, hey, want to make a launch title for our system? Like, Star Fox Adventures actually started out as an N64 game and became a GameCube game. This is a GameCube game? Yes, it is. Oh shoot, skeletons. I knew this day would come. Guardian of the Sacred Covenant, the power of the cards flows in... I didn't even have time to read that one in my head. Okay, this thing's cool. To use a card, press the A, B, X, or Y button. The cards available for use are shown on the lower right. The arrangement of the cards corresponds to the buttons on your controller. Various controller settings are available from the options menu. Get bonked. Again. Well, that worked out. Interest in playing this game, Nuked? Why? Because you saw cards. Okay, so I got experience points, and Lycanthrope got experience points. And my health seems to have doubled, question mark? The Great One said unto us, I present you with these 5 runestones to protect you from he who would destroy you. You and your heirs are charged with the task of guarding the runestones for all eternity. Honor your duty, and you shall be rewarded with everlasting prosperity. So I'm guessing that this happened because somebody else messed with their runestone? We, the runestone bearers, hereby divide the land into 5 realms as prescribed by the Great One. We swear by the runestones that we will uphold this sacred covenant from now until the end of the world. You know, especially like in the indie scene, card games are kind of oversaturated, but this feels more like a summoning game that just uses cards to like represent what summons you have access to. Did you get the cards? Good, then let's be off. You're not exactly the most fearsome warrior in the kingdom. I don't suppose you have a burly brother stashed away somewhere? So be it. Even the ugliest oyster may contain a beautiful bitch, I will cut you in half. Although you look more like the pearl than the oyster, that's better. Who am I, you ask? I'm the only person that can teach you how to use those cards you found in the treasury. You better come with me if you want to stay alive. Come now, my cute little guardian of the covenant. You just leave everything up to old Gerd. I kind of like how they're just like, you want to be a boy? Too bad. Looks like I can grab cards, so I'll do that. Skeleton. 1 stone, independent type. It has its own hit points and defense, so maybe I summon it. Swing, Power Swing. This creature will follow the player around the battlefield. It is slow, but its defense is relatively strong, which should help it survive fairly long battles. Enchanted skeleton that attacks with a sword. It's slow moving, but its defensive power is high. Normally skeletons are offensive and zombies are defensive. Fairy. Summoned, Song of Healing. A fairy with the power to heal. When summoned, a fairy will restore 50% of the summoner's hit points. Cannot be used under the 2-player fair play rule. I guess that means that there's like a multiplayer mode that you can't use this in. Princess Ariel of Alage has defeated the monsters that threatened the castle. There were exactly 2 skeletons. How did the guards not mop the floor with them? Her victory provides little relief. Despite all attempts to stem the tide of mist, more areas fall victim to the black fog each day. No one knows where it comes from or why it has appeared. Unless the secret of the black fog can be unlocked, the entire world will fall to darkness. Entrusting the defense of the castle to her knights, the princess sets forth on a quest to save the world. Her only companion on the journey is the mysterious old crone Gerd. Note, you can only carry 30 cards at a time while on a mission. These cards are known as your deck. Once you use a card, you cannot use it again, so you must select the cards carefully. You can edit your deck by pressing start from the world map, which is this screen. Only the cards in your deck can be used on a mission. Customize your deck for each new mission to improve your chance of success. Do I have loadouts, or will this be a pain? Well, let's just put those in there, because why not? The fact that I can rename it and it's called Deck 1 makes me think that I do actually have loadouts, which makes me happy. Lots of them to collect, which I'm into. Guided by the mysterious old crone Gerd, the princess has come to the plains of Roal. Her long journey has only just begun. Now, let's see, Ariel, wasn't it? You have much to learn, your highness. The Guardians of the Runestone are given the power to command monsters through the Cards of Power. That power is the only chance we have of defeating the evil loosed upon the world. Whether you like it or not, you must stand up and fight. First, you will have to learn to control the monsters. I will teach you the way of the cards. This place is full of goblins, and that makes it the perfect place to start your training. Are you ready? I don't give fancy lectures. You'll figure it out once you see those goblins coming. I like how she's like, I'm going to teach you how to use them. Also, I'm not going to teach you how to use them. Figure it out yourself. I see loot. You have found Hobgoblin. And I cannot edit my deck in here, which is in line with what they said was true, so I'll just have to add that later. You know, this is a really comfy aesthetic. I like this. And the main character is... like, just everything about her is very to my sense of aesthetic, so I like it. You will use the power of cards to defeat the monsters. The button's going to activate your cards. Don't be afraid of experiment, my pretty one. That's the best way to learn. Make ready, princess. Here comes your first goblin. Okay, so I can summon. That was the wrong button. Get wrecked. Well, in light of that, I guess I'll just... Okay, that's cool. So it looks like I can use a card more than once, depending on the card. Not bad for a beginner. Come, your highness, we must continue on. In order to use a card, you need power. You get that power from magic stones. You'll be able to collect magic stones when you attack monsters. If you run out of magic stones, you can still use cards, but it will drain your life force. Magic stones are a part of your power. Whenever you see one, take it. Also, the way the cards are laid out is kind of confusing to me. If I could, like, rotate them all one space, anti-clockwise, that'd be ideal. R.I.P. Skeleton, you died as you lived. That is to say... Oh, rip. That is to say, you didn't. Not bad for a beginner. Come, we must continue on. Maybe you can mess with the keybinds? Yeah, it said that, like, I could change it in the options menu. I guess I have to do that on the world map or something. Card attributes. In battle, icons appear near each enemy monster in the shape of fire, water, wood, or earth. These icons indicate the monster's attributes. For each attribute, there is an opposing attribute. For example, water is strong against fire, fire beats wood beats earth, earth beats water. So if you wanted to beat a fire monster, you would use a card with a water attribute. The eye-shaped icon is used for creatures classified as neutral. Neutral creatures are not affected by attributes at all. During battle, cards are displayed with both an attribute and type icon. The type icon will be in the shape of a sword, dragon, or spell and denotes the card's type. A card with a sword will call up a weapon type. When you call up a weapon type, it'll materialize on top of you, attack whatever's in front of you. Weapon types disappear immediately, but unlike other monster types, they can be called up more than once. Lizardman is an example. Cards with a dragon mark call up summons. They take your place in combat, then use all of their power in one attack, so Final Fantasy style summon. A Birdman is an example of a summon type monster. Cards with a spell mark on them call up independent type monsters. It continues to fight until its power is depleted. The Mantrap is an example of this type. I'm a big fan of summons that fight independently. And very few games seem to actually incorporate them. So I'm pleased that this one does. Alright, listen up. Monsters and Cards has something called an attribute. You can't just go around using cards willy-nilly and expect to survive. You must think about attributes. I'm only going to explain this once, so listen closely. There are 5 monster attributes: fire, water, wood, earth, and neutral. Fire beats wood beats earth beats water beats fire. We just read this. Neutral type creatures are very rare. They aren't affected at all. Ignore attributes at your peril. Don't come crying to me when you run out of cards. Okay, that's just all the stuff I already knew. Here. Get bonked. Though I got bonked in turn, which is unfortunate. Now, when the friends showed this game to me, it was pointed out that if I can get the monster, I think it is, to break this, after the fight I can pick up that card. Birdman sucks. Dragon Knight's a really cool name. Not bad for a beginner. And what have we here? Mummy. Also, my health is getting a little bit low, or rather has been a little bit low, so I'd like to encounter a fairy. What's this? Never mind. Oh, I can edit my deck here? Alright. Can I edit my controls here? No, I can't. If you don't have the right cards in your hand, you can throw cards away. Press the button plus R to dump a card. Use this ability with care. A card discarded in battle cannot be used again in the same battle. Did that man just fart? I feel like that man just farted. That's exactly what it is. Very classy. Well, well, I didn't think you had it in you. There's more to you than meets the eye, princess. I find it kind of interesting that combat takes place in these little mini instances. Dark Raven. Ooh, an axe. Can I use that to chop things up myself? No, sadly. Sadly not. Up this path you will find the boss of the goblins. Remember what I've taught you. Now go. Teach him what a princess of Alanje can do. You know, I'm 20 minutes into this game and honestly, I'm really, really liking it. Like, a lot, actually. Miss the chest in the back? I figure I can just get it after this. If not, then whoops. Get fucked. Ow. I got fucked. Do I have like a dodge roll at all? I don't think I do. I also have to be careful about my positioning because it's actually really easy to miss. Okay, the man trap does a lot of work. Maybe beating the boss puts me at the level. Well, I didn't know if this was the boss or not. Man trap got a lot of experience for that. Level cleared. Ooh, Sand Golem. Mandragora. Yokura did say that the boss was like in this area, but I didn't know if it was like specifically in that enclosure. A trap type creature. It'll wait in one place until an enemy approaches, then unleash a piercing call that will damage any nearby foe, so it's basically a landmine. A plant monster hybrid. When an enemy approaches, the Mandragora gives out a high-pitched keen which will injure any enemy nearby. The scream of the Mandragora can pierce any defense. Assuming that that's true and not just fluff, that's actually really good. This is a summon. An independent type creature can relieve the player from enemy attacks while it's on the battlefield. Enemy creatures will be drawn to it over the player, so it's an explicit tank. A magically animated giant made of sand. It's dim-witted but extremely powerful. The goblins of the Plains of Rawal worship the sand golems as gods. Okay, first things first. Can I like rotate my controls? I don't think I can. Wait, capture throw? Interesting. This peculiar establishment is run by Gerd. Here the princess can buy and sell cards while acquiring valuable information. Well, well, you've made it this far, and that means you've learned at least the basics of card handling. I'm called Gerd, and this is my shop. You've seen the black fog and the monsters that dwell within. All of Argwell will fall unless the fog is stopped, and only a runestone bearer can hope to defeat it. Which means, my dear, that it is up to you. I wish it was your father I was telling this to. But come, I'll wager there's more to you than just pretty dresses and fancy jewelry. King Theobane is on his way to meet the King Zelnan. I believe the goal is to work out a shared strategy. Your father does not have a runestone, and that means that he cannot defeat the enemy he faces now. If you're going to catch up to your father, you must start your search in Blasoon. I will be here tending to my shop. Stop by any time. I've got all the cards you could want. What does transform do? Okay, so it looks like I can upgrade my cards with experience that I get from using them in combat. And I got a little bit of gold. Huh, that berry that I pulled in the first level is kind of expensive. Giant crab. Emits a foamy substance that turns opponents to stone. With careful positioning, it'll hurt multiple times. Fairly long range, leaves you exposed. Wide range and a spinning, slashing sword attack. And it's also fire element. Not very lethal, delivery is tricky. Good against strong defense, since it penetrates defense. I like defense penetration. It's a little pricey, but I like defense penetration. So like, I've got that card, and I've got the Mandragora for defense piercing. And we'll see how relevant that actually is. This once thriving town is now a ghost town destroyed by monsters. The princess searches for a clue that will lead her to her father. Oh shit, I can move this thing around. 10 out of 10. I love this game. Hold up. My steps are synced up with the beat of the background music. I don't want to stop running. Anyway. Oh, another hobgoblin. You've rotated the capstan. I don't know what a capstan is, but I do know what rotation is, and I was gonna say, I imagine what I have to do is get into a fight here. You get in here. Ow! Oh, well, that works. Didn't actually need to use Dragon Knight there, but it works. Get bonked. Those were plague rats. It's probably not good that they spewed gunk on me. Oh well, I can handle a little plague in the name of loot. Another mummy. Princess Ariel, shouldn't you be home in the castle, your highness? Shouldn't you be doing something productive? We set out with King Theovain to investigate the Black Fog. The king ordered us to stay here and defend the town from the monsters. Wow, every single one of my guards fucking suck. King Theovain didn't want to stop. He was headed to the burial grounds at Rosamy. There are 4 capstans in this town, each with a different color. The capstans control the gate. If all 4 switches are activated, the gate blocking the road to Rosamy should open. There's a valve here. Water fountain control valve for authorized personnel only. I will rotate it to the right and see what happens. Oh, that's shiny, so I want it. Come here. I summon this thing. Go forth. My plant has chosen violence. Come here. Yoink. Did that just give me another Dragon Knight card? It did something with my Dragon Knight. I see another shiny. Come here. You belong to me now. Well, that's cool. My card is still, only partially used from the last fight. That's convenient. I presume that that icon means that it's been plagued. Ow. Thankfully, it requires less care than a cactus. Oi. You're not wrong, but oi. Another skeleton and lizard man. I wonder if they're just showering me with cards so that I'll be guaranteed to have like a full deck of 30 ASAP. Also, that's a werewolf. That's not okay. I'm just gonna go hide behind. Never mind. I was gonna say I'm just gonna go hide behind this landmine, but then my enemy immediately stepped on it. Okay, so I presume that those are random encounters, so I've got to be, like, a little bit concerned with how I move through a level. That was my Mandragora, Mandrake, one or the other. So that I don't run out of cards. Because I'm keenly feeling that risk. Still, that's kind of cool. Like a budget that I have to live with. The fountain is to be cleaned once a month. Left once, right 3 times. Ooh, Plague Rat. I think this is the 3rd thing that I've turned. Oh. No, I guess that was 4. Also, I see 2 more shinies. Come here. You belong to me. Never mind. What about you? Okay, I presume that those are just randomly spawning pickups and not actually terribly important. Also, left once, right 3 times. Oh, hello. Okay, left once, right 3 times. I turned it left once and then backed out because I didn't know if my previous doing of things affected it. You hear a faint sound of running water. I am operating under the assumption that if I move on to the next zone, I'll miss out on whatever that is, so I'm gonna go look for it. Get cleaved, nerds. Yeah, I see like a fountain over here. And there's steps to walk into it. You found a Maelstrom card. That sounds good. It's a summon. Cursed Wind. A trap-type creature that hits any monster that gets too close with a blast of enchanted wind. Placing 3 Maelstroms on the field at the same time will enable a special attack. A germ-infested giant rodent which makes poison 5 times as effective as normal. It'll not poison anybody by itself. Most effective when used in combination with a second poison-inducing creature. These rats are carriers of every disease. This is my son, he has every disease. There has to be some way to get that gate open, but please be careful, Your Highness. Monsters are everywhere in this town. Don't waste your energy wandering around at random. In the upper right corner of the screen, you can see a map of this area. The map shows pathways, obstructions, and important objects. Check the map before you go exploring. Maps? Who needs those? Can I read this? Oh, hello. Oh my, I didn't know there was anybody left in town. Are you from Melange? I am Alexander, a scholar of these parts. I study the fairies. You know, the little people. The red fairies are quite rare, but they seem quite fond of humans. Most interesting. Once they take a liking to you, they'll follow you everywhere. Fascinating, don't you think? Oh dear, it seems you've already made a friend. Remarkable. If you end up with a lot of fairies trailing you, you might want to come visit me. I will take the little fellows off your hands for you. I'm not gonna sell my friends. That's sociopathic. But like, hypothetically, what would you give me for them if I did? Oh, I know who you are. You're the Princess of Melange, aren't you? Oh, Princess, you're on a quest, aren't you? I want to come too. Let me come, let me come. Okay, if I were to sell you my friend, what would you give me for them? Looks like he's not buying right now. Dark Raven. Sea Monk. Another Dark Raven. That did 2 damage. I would not call that a huge amount personally. Good thing I'm a snow fox and not a fire dog. Oh, topical. Funny. I, in fact, would not actually throw my friends under the bus or betray them. Well, if I ever get super famous, that's gonna date this stream. May 12th. Have you ever met a blue fairy? They're like us, but they aren't as talkative. They mean well, though. If you see one, you should try to catch him. They can heal you or recharge your card power. But you have to be careful, sometimes they aren't fairies at all, but monsters in disguise. And this whole area here was blocked off until a monster blasted it open for me. So maybe there are goodies to be grabbed. But okay, so these things can restore my card power, my health, or just give me a card back that I consumed. Which is probably what happened with my Dragon Knight. So that's a Lizard Man retrieved. Oh, whoops. What is this black fog anyway? I was pressing A to try and grab it and it just skipped the first dialogue. That's an oops. And here are those chests that I saw from the other side. Carbuncle. Lycanthrope. Now, does Carbuncle work the way that it does in Final Fantasy? I'm just like, hold on a second. Load. As long as it's not Proto Carbuncle. Proto Carbuncle would be like really overpowered, I think, in the context of this game. Proto Carbuncle would just like grab everything on screen and then devour it. Get wrecked. These random encounters aren't so bad when you can one-shot them. Though that tends to be the case no matter the game you're playing. To the Rosavie Burial Grounds. A healing type creature. It will restore 1 to 5 of the cards already used by you. Any discarded cards will also be restored. Can't be used in multiplayer. Okay, so that's just sustainability. Carbuncle. They circle madly around the player, damaging enemies they run into. They don't last long. Okay, so it's like an orbiting shield. I can work with this. And now my deck is full. I feel like if this was a modern game, I would have just unlocked an achievement for that. This thing looks tough. Okay, so I guess Plague Rat just isn't going to attack. Which does line up with what it said it would do. Which is to say nothing. Okay, let's see what Carbuncle does. I wonder if I'm supposed to be fighting this thing. This thing seems tough. Like, this thing seems ludicrously tough compared to everything else I've been fighting. That fairy can heal me. Let's try and get my Dragon Knight back, because I think it's gone. Well, it certainly gave me something. Okay, once I actually start going on the offense, this thing is kind of going down quickly. Okay, that wasn't actually bad at all. Fire Golem. Oh, that was just straight at the boss of the level. Okay. 5-star rating, awesome. I wonder if I can get that Fire Golem as a card. I could have, but I missed it. Unfortunate. Okay, I should probably take the Plague Rats out of my deck unless I want to use poison. And I don't think I have any poison, so... Let's see... Oh, did the stuff that I added mid-run not actually properly go into my deck. That's actually convenient. Even before Flagrant's actually OP, it might be. It just needs to synergize with something else that deals poison damage. Definitely putting Sea Monk in. Dark Raven is really nice. Maelstrom kind of feels like it doesn't do a lot. I think I need a few more workhorse cards. Just cards with like simple effects that just work. So we'll do it like that. Also, I just noticed that I got stats off to the right. That's interesting. I wonder if there's like equipment for me. Also, Fairy House. This is the home of the young scholar Alexander. Alexander will pay the princess for any red fairy she brings him. Well, hello again. After we met in Blassoon, I wasn't sure you'd come. I'm glad you did. I don't suppose you have any red fairies for me? You brought in 4, that brings your total up to 4. As a token of my thanks for bringing me the fairies, I'm going to give you this card. When you brought me 10, I'll have another gift for you. Fire Gargoyle. Okay, that sounds spicy. I also noticed that a lot of these early cards are fire type. So I wonder if they're like meant to prepare me for something coming up. Let's see here. Petroblast. Sends out a powerful shockwave over a wide area. Any monster caught in the wave will be petrified for longer than normal. Okay, I can work with this. The ancestral burial grounds of the Alanger royal family. Rosami lies on the road to Grail. The princess must deal with the undead. Rosami Burial Grounds. An ancient gravestone. Red Fairy. Oh, I accidentally skipped the cutscene again. Okay, so this thing's a tank. Guy's just not interested in participating. He's like, can I hang out in the corner all day? He's like me hiding from strangers at a gathering. Just brooding in the corner. Come here, you. Oh, thank you for the hydrate. Yeah, let's try this again. Oh, he's definitely doing his job and drawing attention, so good for him. That said, it looks like he doesn't attack at all, so I'm not sure how to get experience onto him. Your Highness, ought to be graced with your presence in this unholy place. The stories are true then. You did set out alone from the castle to find the king. The king and Lord Unther have gone on ahead. Be careful, your Highness. Monsters are everywhere. The first great king. Here lies Griffith the Golden, king of Alanger. Griffith, recipient of the runestone, mightiest of all warriors, he pacified the fertile borderlands. His golden mane shone like the sun, his sword was ever at the ready. Griffith the Golden, Griffith the Wise. The greatest king of all time just got like a random gravestone on the side of a road in a random crypt. Not even a crypt, a graveyard. He should have like a mausoleum. Like, that's the kind of guy you build an entire structure to house the remains of. Since the Black Fog came, there have been a lot of skeletons and ghouls lurking around. I don't like them, they're spooky. Now, spooky was last week. Yeah, that looks like some sort of bog creature. I was gonna be like, so like if I run out of magic stones, what do I do? But then I'm just like, oh right, I can use my life. I mustn't forget about that. My dude, are you planning to attack? You actually can. That was the first time I tossed away a card. I appear to have been inflicted by slow, presumably by this thing. Let's see how much damage this guy does. None to that thing, but he did petrify it. So, it's something. The second great king. Here lies Roal the Green, king of Alange. Grieved by the sight of the war-ravaged land, Roal took up the hoe. Together with his beloved sand creatures, King Roal restored life to the dead earth. In their earthy homes, the sand creatures still await the return of their lord. Plant was out for blood. Plant was out for blood against that spider thing. Which is good. I want my summons out for blood. Venus spider. Sometimes I slur my words or mumble. It's a habit that I try to avoid, but I don't often succeed. Here lies Ermwyle the White, king of Alange, Ermwyle the Pure, who dedicated his life to finding a cure for his queen's illness. Long will the bards sing of Ermwyle and his one true love, conveniently leaving out whether or not he succeeded or not. Which makes me think that the answer is no. Rude. Pushing me over like that. Those man traps definitely put in work. I appreciate them. The Cursed King. Here lies King Beria of Alange, the Explorer King. The king of all explorers, King Beria, was last seen heading into a strange black mist. Never at peace during life, the king found no rest in death either. Beware the curse of King Beria. And then it exploded. Okay, that's a water creature, which I could defeat with wood, but I don't think I have wood on me. And in fact, I don't really have anything, so I gotta use life. But then from there, I can cast Fairy to heal myself. Thank you, Fairy. Okay, Mummy's a little bit hard to use. I'll just summon Hobgoblin to kill this guy. Or just get absolutely bodied. Okay, let's see if Birdman does any better. Yes, he does. Ooh, card. Treant. Anyway, we're gonna take a 5-minute break now. Please use this time to refill your beverage, go to the bathroom, anything that would take you approximately 5 minutes. I'll see you in about that long. return. It's not exactly a triumphant return because I haven't done anything in the last 5 minutes. But it is a return. And I think that should count for something. I know all about geography. There are 5 kingdoms in Arkwell. There's Alange, Goreo, Kendrari, Wit, and Vache. But the Black Fog has swallowed up Vache and Alange. A Wraith card. Aesthetically, I've always had a fondness for undead, so I'm excited to have encountered this. Come back here, you. You lied to me. I wonder if there's some way to tell apart the ones that are monsters from the ones that are not monsters. Also, thank you for the hydrate. Oh, hello again. Looks like there's another interactable over there, so... whoops. I threw away the wrong card. It keeps throwing me off because... again, all the buttons are like rotated 90 degrees from where I would expect them to be. Anyway, I see another tombstone, I think, over here. So, I want to interact with it. The 4th Great King. Here lies Dane the Red, King of Alange. Dane, master of the art of war. His polished bronze armor shone like the midday sun. The very sight of Dane struck fear to the hearts of his foes. Dane added 17 new lands to the kingdom. Can I group you 2 up so I can cleave you down, please, and thank you? Also, this fog makes me slow. I don't like that. I don't like going slow. The zoomies, I must indulge them. Not a lot of range on that werewolf. Sorry, I like Canthro. You found a mummy card. ASMR crunch. Hold on. This apple's not as crisp as some others, but I'll try my best. Okay, the enemies here are pretty tough. In the sense of they're taking multiple hits to put down. Hey, can I introduce you to this enemy over here? Honestly, good job. You did enough. I'm proud. But yeah, I gotta keep my card budget in mind, especially if there's gonna be like a boss at the end. Also, I like that I can exploit the end of the fight to put myself wherever I want in the arena before it goes back to normal gameplay. Ancient Gravestone. Accidentally skip the cutscene. Text box, whatever. For that moment in time when you call on a card to come to life, you can't be hit by the enemy. If your timing is good, you can avoid taking damage and attack all at the same time. That's just an Ancient Gravestone. That is convenient though. Every 7 is iframes. Like a dodge roll, I don't think they're exactly equivalent. Oh, that thing did not flinch. My health is getting concerningly low. But it looks like there's a fairy on top of my deck, so I'm probably safe. Though I could definitely go for a refill. Another mummy. I wonder if I can like fuse together my mummies to make them stronger. Is it really you, Princess Ariel? I did not hope I would live to look upon your fair countenance again. It has been my greatest honor to serve the king. I shall wait for the king in the Golden Hall. The enemy were upon us before we could draw our swords. I would that I could have been with the king until the end, but behold my surroundings. I am in the company of kings. I could ask for no more. Your Highness, you must not dally if you were to overtake the king. He is headed for the Castle Grail. I, Uther, have failed him. You are his only hope now. Yeah, let's just call in those heals. I don't like that skeleton menacingly approaching me with only 15 health left on me. Hey, Uther, you wanna redeem yourself? Like, at all? Yeah, I am out of cards. I guess all the cards I pick up during the level aren't just for like adding to my deck, they're also just like for like restocking mid-level, I guess. Because I think I can do that at that orb thing. Ooh, very convenient actually. Ghoul. Dark Raven. Since olden days, these stones have stood guard over the 4 great kings of Alange. If you would unlock the Eternal Gate, then first you must trace the path of the 4 kings. From soft game, 4 kings, thinking emoji. A weapon-type creature that can cause poisoning and paralysis in addition to normal damage. Using its filth-encrusted claws, the ghoul swats at whatever's in front of the player. Boost the defensive power of its allies for as long as it's on the battlefield, so that's just like a totem, basically. You know what these all do? A summoned creature that hurls chunks of ice in a narrow arc. Half the damage done by the Wraith will be redirected to the summoner as regained hit points. So that's actually technically a healing card, too. Foolish interloper. Okay, I think I actually understand what's going on here. So, the first king was golden. Fairy. Come back, Fairy. The second king took up a hoe. The third king was pure. And the fourth king fucking exploded. Easy. What have we here? Also, please pardon my French. Ooh, this guy's actually in the demo reel. Like, the main character summons this guy, during the movie that plays while you're, like, waiting for the game to start. Okay. Let's put Treyant in a corner to just kind of, like, do its Treyant thing. And I think I want to try and make sure that the boss takes as much damage as possible, because I don't have that many cards, actually. I gotta make them count. Ow. Why can I not do things? Oh, that's a summon. I thought that was a swing card. Whoops. Missed at point blank range. Save me, Wraith. Well, that was pointless. I thought it was a summon, not a cast a spell and leave immediately type. If I can get that skeleton off my no, too late. Just barely too late, that kinda sucks. I wonder, can the fairy heal my other summons? It probably can't, but it's worth trying, I think. No, it cannot. I think I straight up don't have enough juice to kill this boss. Yeah, I don't have buttons. I can't do anything. Oops, wrong button. That sucks. The messed up part is, if I hadn't missed with the Wraith, I'd probably have succeeded. Can I abort? That really sucks. Though I guess it does mean I can't be as cavalier about going through. That kinda sucked. You might have summoned new gems after point. I could use my life to cast cards. My problem was that I didn't have any cards. And I did actually keep everything because I still got my Wraith, so that's cool. So let's put that in. I've already got 2 fairies in the deck. Okay, this is probably good. Okay, let's try this again. And I shall dally less. I've already poked around everything, so I can just kind of like sprint to the end. And then I'll have all of my resources. Though if I could pick up a second Wraith card, that'd be nice too. Okay. Let's just have my plant fight these guys in a choke point so that they're liable to line up in front of it like this. Excellent. After losing because... Actually, hold on. Okay, looks like the order isn't randomized. Also looks like the chests stay looted. So in fact, perhaps I cannot loot things multiple times. Yeah, like, if I had like a basic attack or something, even if it only did like 1 point of damage, I could have kept fighting that boss, but I just straight up had nothing. Unfortunate. Let's get out of this bog. Let's just take this corner at speed. We got gold, we got a hoe, we got pure, and we got a fox. Let's try this again with the full deck, and also let's patch ourselves up because we can. You fool, face the wrath of somebody that's actually equipped. You know, you'd think that they would have given the princess, like, at least a chain shirt. Running around with your midriff bared, while it does look really, really pretty, is not the most practical thing when, like, the kingdom's survival is on the line. But that's just me criticizing video game designs. I don't have to do that, I can just choose to be happy. Content with things. I don't gotta be salty. Please stop bullying my Treant. Okay, so I'm out of stones. So I'll spend my life to do this. What does the plan do? The Treant buffs the defense of me and all of my summons. And now it's gone. And I'm kind of getting bullied. If I can pull a fairy, I can heal myself. Ow. I can take one more of those hits. But it'd be better if I didn't have to. You get that away from me. That does not go as far as I thought it would. My summon can go harass him. Or if nothing else, soak some hits for me. Okay, I am on Death's Door. I meant to use that after using stronger cards. That was just a bad input. That was entirely on me. Okay, round 2. Or 3 as the case may be, if you're counting. Oh, there's the Dragon Knight that I needed. Just a little bit late to the party. There's some talk of like keeping cactuses alive in chat. If you weren't there for that, when I was young, I had a cactus and it died. It is very difficult to kill a cactus, but I somehow managed it. You know, I am very much not the type to nurture. Like, my utter distaste at the idea of having children is like my primary reason for not wanting them, but also I know for a fact that I'm not capable of taking care of them. Is it rude to hope that I don't have kids? Not at all. I also hope I don't have kids. If I ever end up with child, it will be because something very, very bad has happened. And I will be taking immediate steps to rectify the problem. Let's just put it that way. So then in front of the Minecraft movie that'll take care of them for 5 hours. What is the Minecraft movie's runtime? Less than 2 hours. But also then it's like, okay, who's gonna look after them for the rest of like the 18 years minus 5 hours? That's a big commitment I don't want to do. Can I skip this? Yes, I can. Alright. Put the totem in the corner, summon a tank. I'll actually use my Dragon Knight to keep my Treant alive. Okay, we're down to half health, but the Treant is alive, and I've got 25 cards left. It looks like I can attack the skull to get rid of it. Or phase tank it as the case may be. Okay, Okay, this run the man trap is out for blood, which I appreciate. Did the Wraith just completely miss the Necromancer? Alright. Still, I got a really nice summoned army thing going on here. Assuming that they'll actually do anything. Oh, this plant has figured out where the boss is. That's good. That's very good. Oh. Oh, there are my fairies. Hobgoblin. Give him a little bonk. Give him another bonk. I can finish this off with the Lizard Man. Getting stun locked by the Necromancer is really annoying. Ah, there we go. Third time's the charm. But I did it. The Necromancers are really cool. Like, it's one of my all-time favorite aesthetics. Like, I really enjoy any kind of game where you can, like, play as a Necromancer properly. I can pull one card, presumably because I did so poorly. Let's do that one. I pulled the Necromancer. Nice. This summon creates a ball of magic around the summoner that injures anybody touched. If a skeleton is on the field, the Necromancer will call a demonic skull instead. Necromancers are often encountered in graveyards. They will command the dead to attack their enemies while using their superior speed to avoid being struck themselves. Grail, a kingdom of fierce warriors, her proud history is rich with stories of brave men who fought on against impossible odds. The princess has learned from Lord Unther that the king was headed to Grail. The princess races to catch up to her father. Shunning the winding roads that lead to the castle, the princess braved the underground sewer that runs directly to the Castle Grail. Okay, but first... can I do anything funky with any of my cards? I can turn a Lizard Man into Scythe Beast. Wields an oversized scythe. Striking power is not great, but the shockwave can inflict damage from a distance. That looks cool, but there's also more stuff if I keep banking experience, and I want to see what they're like. Sand Golem can turn into Fire Golem, which is the one that I missed out on earlier. Presumably these are the other two Elemental Golems. What's the Fire Golem do? Creates a wall of searing flame around the summoner. While it's active, I can hurt things by running into them, so it's kind of like Carbuncle. Caterpoker. So that kind of looks like a straight upgrade. Fairy can become Sea Monk. But I've already got one of those. Oh, this thing does poison? Oh, so it does. That could be really good for the Plague Rats. And given that I haven't found any gold, I presume that the way I make money is by selling cards. Which I'm not comfortable doing at this point in time. Looks like I can also use EXP to copy cards, so that's cool. get to 10 fairies? Let's find out. Oh, I'm up to 9. I need one more. Also, they're still alive, so I probably shouldn't feel bad about bringing them here. Shale Passage. It's the quickest path to the castle, but the shadows hide monsters. It occurs to me that this game would probably be really cool with like a VR remake. There are 5 big water tanks down here. One broke and strange creatures came out of it. Hold that thought. Come with me, little fairy. Banshee. And then the next card at 20. Now, what might a Banshee accomplish? Also, I forgot to edit my deck anyway, so... this is fine. Okay, Necromancer synergizes with Skeleton. I thought the Flying Ray would be better than it was, but it really wasn't. Fire Gargoyle doesn't seem to do a lot of damage, it just petrifies things. And the Hobgoblins really haven't been putting in work. So I'm going to put in the Necromancer, and then I'm going to put in some more Skeletons to synergize with the Necromancer. And the Banshee is a weapon, pierces defense, also curses, and the damage that it does gives me bonus experience, so that's cool. That's very cool. I'm straight up making an undead themed deck, which I'm into. I like undead. What if it's viable to make themed decks? Or if I'm like required to update things? I'm not sure. If I can keep running an undead deck, I'll be content. If it looks like you're going to be hit and you can't avoid it, try using a card. Enemies can't hurt you while you're activating a card, but it's only for that one moment. As the strange tank breaks open, monsters leap out. Flayers Fawn. Oh no. Oh fuck no. Pardon my French. I don't need to have played Baldur's Gate 3 to know that Mind Flayers are capital BN bad news. To Grail Castle. Okay, looks like that's like a one-way drop. FromSoft players. Actually, those are less concerning than like D&D players. Like the ones from the Tower of Latria, they just stunned you and then like speared you through the brain with a tentacle. What D&D mind players do to you is substantially worse. Oh, whoops. If they close before you get there, you have to go back and hit the switch again. So presumably there are timed gates in here. Okay, gates are opening, I just don't know where they are. I presume I have to break open all these tanks. Ow. But yeah, a FromSoft player just murders you gruesomely. A D&D player, if you're lucky, they murder you gruesomely. If you're not lucky, they put a tadpole into your brain, which devours it and turns you into a mind flayer. Which essentially involves completely overriding your personality. Like, it results in a creature that is not you, but retains all of your knowledge and skills. And, like, it's not fast, so you have to, like, deal with being converted over time. The back door into the castle is locked, you know? One of those strange monsters went off with the key, too. Hello. That was a bad input, but it worked out, I guess. Since when did my lizardman hit for 22 damage? Not complaining, but like, since when? Pokemon tier encounter rates. Let's put the trinket away for later. It's like, ah, you've taken 2 steps. Enjoy another Zubat. Stop whipping my plants, that's rude. I didn't mean to use fairy there. Whoops. Skeleton. Sea monk. Another skeleton. Nice presents for my necromancer when I get around to it. The selection sounds familiar. You might have heard it in another FromSoft game, question mark. Like maybe Demon Souls? Ow, my bones. Oh, release me. Oh, have I been poisoned? Is that what's happened here? I think I've been poisoned. Giant crab. Since when are crabs poisonous? I thought crabs in this game turned you to stone. Oh, ghoul. Mommy. A lot of my summons are undead. Oh, this looks like a checkpoint. Did I accidentally find, like, the path straight through the dungeon? Or is that just a checkpoint? Yeah, Foxluck, maybe. Looks like there's a red thing buried here. You can throw a card wherever you want it to come to life. Hold down the use card button, then aim with the control stick. It'll go where you aim it. Given that this thing is red on the minimap, I feel like I want to smash it open in a fight. So if I could trigger a random encounter over here, that'd be ideal. let's try this. Hell yeah. The two games aren't similar at all, but this game's aesthetic just reminded me of another game that's actually very dear to me called Chantalise, which is a game that I would love to play on stream sometime. But it's actually in that category of games that's like really obscure. So I'd actually want to wait until I was like really big and famous so I could introduce people to it. Running Bird. Meet me. It's like there are a handful of like really obscure games that I played in the past that like nobody knows about today. And I'd love to be able to show them off. You might just think Fricketeer, same devs, so you're not wrong. That said, the two games play extremely differently. Yeah, same devs, very different game. Kinda doing that right now though? A little bit, but this isn't a game that's like dear to me. It's a game that I was recommended by somebody else. But like a game like Chantalise or like Lost Magic is something that I would like very much care about showing off to a lot of people if I could. If that makes sense. I'm just gonna... Okay, there we go. Now I'm rotating. Just like they were doing. We're all big one rotating family. Venus Spider. Skeleton. Hold on. There we go. Lizard Man. Patch ourselves up. Throw some more stuff into the deck. Running Bird is speed boost. While it's on the battlefield, it increases the speed of all allies. The bird itself doesn't attack anybody, it just runs around. You wonder if card XP is shared among all cards of the same type, so if you have multiples you can get all the evolutions? I genuinely don't know. Someone that throws web onto enemy monsters. They also get poisoned and paralyzed. Convenient. And this looks like the thing that reacted when I broke all the tanks. So I expect to encounter a... There we go. That's a mind player, alright. You wouldn't believe how fast I am. And my bird is dead. I once again thought that that was not a spell, but a summon. Whoops. Okay, my summons are kind of bullying the mind player, and I'm into it. They just went straight for the throat. Good for them. You found the key to the access door. Oh, that was just a mid-boss, I think. Either it was a mid-boss or that was the boss. There's just more gameplay until I'm done. Oh, Dragonoid. I do like dragons. They say that this place is full of weird monsters that are only found here. You should try a capture throw on one of them. What is a capture throw, little fairy? What is a capture throw, little fairy? Oh, another carbuncle. Maelstrom. Like, in the options menu, I saw an input for a capture throw, but I don't actually know what it is. You opened the door with the key. Wonderful. Okay, so the Mind Flayer was the boss. My monsters were just out for blood. Dragonoid. Paralysis causing whip. Creates a shockwave that damages monsters in its path. This outcast creature is the product of a dragon and human. It lives its life hiding in sewers and underground waterways. Then this is the crab that petrifies things. I feel like if I was a dragon and I had kids, I would not allow them to be shoved into sewers. I'd be like, I am proud and strong, and you are not getting away with this. Also, it looks like I can't go back to earlier levels. At least not right now. Let's just save our game there. I like how my title is Princess. I wonder if that can change over the course of the game. Anyway, I don't think I've got enough time to do an entire level, so I think I'm going to call it there for the night. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it each and every time. Next stream is going to be on Wednesday. I'm thinking it's going to be Spyro 1. The next time I'm streaming this game in particular is going to be on Friday. I hope you have a wonderful night, and I hope to see you again.